Hey, what's up, guys? Welcome to another fun, exciting episode of Big Marv's Network. It's the show where we network with fellow entrepreneurs, get their message, get their vision out there. And today, I got my man Kyle Porter joining us. He is one of the guys in our mastermind group with Mr. Double Up. If you guys remember the interview I did with him. So, how you doing today, brother?
Great, man. How are you?
Good, pretty good. So, um, tell us a little bit about yourself. Introduce us. Tell us what you do.
Yeah, for sure. So I started this whole entrepreneur thing with a brick and mortar martial arts school just outside of Atlanta, and grew it real fast on the back of like local marketing, getting involved in my local elementary school, is just kind of building a name for my community or within my community, sort of like personal branding, but like in an offline setting. And that was kind of the back of how we built. We grew really fast, so fast that the network of schools that I'm a part of said, "Hey, am I allowed to swear?"
Yeah, unfiltered,
Oh,
raw, baby. Come on.
fucking right. All right. So they said, you grew this shit really fast, so why don't you run marketing for all these schools? And I said, well, I know how to get people to like me. I know how to get into an elementary school, but I don't know shit about marketing. So I started watching a lot of Gary Vee videos, and that led me to Billie Jean, and that led me to blah, blah, blah. And it was just kind of one thing right after another till I connected with you and Curtis. And since then kind of have been building my own thing, because what I've learned from growing a real sort of brick and mortar business is that storytelling is critical. Consistency with social media is critical. And so many people start businesses but don't know when they're really good at what they do. But marketing is a skill that, kind of lies outside of most people's expertise. So kind of my next mission is teaching people how to tell better stories with their marketing, through content, through establishing who it is they're trying to reach, who they are, and kind of the solutions that they offer people.
Nice. So one of my biggest things and what I try to push people for is whenever you're an entrepreneur and you're pursuing something, you're trying to start a business, whatever that something is, make sure that, it's something that you're passionate about, something that makes you happy. You've really discovered your why. And so you have that why that kind of wakes you up and drives you every day. So while we're on the subject, you said that your purpose is to blur the lines between work and play and help businesses tell awesome stories. You want to kind of dive into that a little bit and let us know a little bit more behind your purpose and why that is, what pushes you?
Yeah, for sure. So for me, the thing that I've loved about growing a business was the relationships that I've built, the stories I can tell about things that are happening within the walls of my business, the fun that I have actually doing the stuff that I do day in and day out. And I think that if people treat their business, I mean, there's so much in the online marketing entrepreneurship space about like hustle and grind and funnels and blah blah blah, and nobody's talking about just enjoying the process and having fun along the ride, and like the fact that we get to take nothing and create something out of it. When I was a kid, it was always like, when I played like Madden, I would always, like, the first thing I did whenever I fire the game up would be like, I'm going to create myself as the quarterback for the team.
Yeah.
Like, I always, like, anything, if it didn't have like a create a player mode, I didn't want to play it, And so for me, it was always like, I got to build something that doesn't already exist. And that's what was fun for me. And I think that a lot of people kind of feel that way because they have to create something. They want to do something for themselves. And that's kind of where it sits for me, is I have to help people get back to having fun with this stuff, because that's why you started in the first place.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. Like, I can honestly say if automation did not make me tick, I don't know if I'd love what I do so much.
Yeah, for sure.
It's just something about taking an idea and saying, you can just take all these platforms and make your idea play and automate and like go on the beach, because now that's just going to be on autopilot. Like, if that didn't make me tick, I don't know if I'd be doing it every day. So,
well, and what's fun for you isn't going to be what's fun for me or what's fun for the guy next door or whatever, but like finding whatever it is that makes you go like, hell yeah. Like, I'll sit down and I'll read branding books and I'll read, like content marketing stuff. And like, people look at me like, what the hell are you doing, man? Like, why are you doing that? but that's what does it for me. You know, like everybody's got their thing. And, you know, if I can help people find their thing, then I think the world's a better place, man. You know, people are happier. Everybody's enjoying what they do. And when you love what you do, you go at it harder. You know, you work harder at it. You're better at it, straight up.
Fuck yeah. So that leads us into our next, which is what you hope to bring to the world, which it sounds like you want to bring, you know, fun and creativity back to the business setting. So you want to help businesses learn, you know, like what they got into the game for in the first place, and help them have fun with their businesses and not take it so seriously. Does that sound about right?
That's it, man. And I'm never going to be I'm never going to be the lean on a Lamborghini in front of my house in, like, you know, Malibu or some shit, like take pictures for Instagram in like my open shirt, like, you know, blazer or whatever. Like, it's just not me. Like, that's not the guy I am. And I think that if that's the goal, like if that's what you're working towards, then you're missing it, because the ride has to be the thing that you love. The thing, like the entire process, you have to just dig in and you have to love what you're doing, or you're not going to stick with it. You know, if it's not something that like you push other things aside to, you know, to make happen, like the people who get to the Lamborghini and the jet are the people who just dig in and love that process of the hard work and what it takes to get there.
Yeah, and then, you know, they get that. I mean, they get that to show off, but also, you know, like in my opinion, it's like a trophy, you know, because not everybody can drive a Lamborghini. So yeah, it's like you're flexing a little bit, but at the same time, it's like you're not gonna get a Lamborghini without hard work. So it's also a testament of like look at what I had to do, you know, to get this
And
sports
you
car,
have
to get
to,
this
like,
whatever.
you don't get that far without a real love. Like if you told me, Kyle, you have to open flower shops because flower shops are the way to get, you know, to get your Lambo and to get your big ass house, I'd be like, well, then I'm not getting one, because it's not me. Like, that's not what I want to do. It's
Yeah,
not what I,
because fuck
you know,
that, you know.
because fuck that, you know, like, and if that's where you're at, like, there's an article I read a while ago, and it like kind of went around social media, and it was called "Fuck Yes or No." And if it was like the whole premise of the article was like, if someone presents an opportunity to you and your answer is not fuck yes, if it's like maybe, if it's like yeah sure, but if it's not like fuck yes, then the answer should be no.
Oh yeah, definitely. Like one of the biggest things I tell people right now is, you know, focus, because there's so many different things that get advertised every day, and there's so many people that get lost in, you know, chasing that dollar rather than chasing the passion or chasing the happiness. And they're like, "Oh, new shiny object, oh, new shiny object," and then, you know, a year or two goes by and they're still chasing shiny objects, and they're like, you know, how come I'm not making money? This doesn't really work. It's not for me. All this shit's a scam. But in reality, it's just because they didn't find that one thing that they were passionate about. They're chasing the dollar bill. And, you know, it does take that hard work and dedication. Like MLMs work, like affiliate marketing work, network marketing works, like building your own brand works. Like it all works. It all generates income because there's thousands of people out there that's doing it. It's just that the people that are successful in those different demographics are the people that like they zoned in. Like the people in Mary Kay that are driving around in pink Cadillacs, like the reason they have their pink Mary Kay Cadillac is you know how much motherfucking Mary Kay you have to sell to get one of their pink Cadillacs. You know what I'm
Crazy.
saying? Like you
Yep.
have to be in love with that shit. You have to be going to all the Mary Kay networking events and
Hmm.
hosting your little parties and building up your network. You know, so it is just all about finding that drive and that passion to, you know, really push the envelope and push yourself forward. So
And
how?
I think that it goes back to like what you were saying earlier about like finding your why. I think there's a lot of brushstrokes that'll paint that painting. You know, like for me, my passion when I first started the karate school was like, I'm going to help make people's lives better. Our sort of tagline, our motto is like, build a stronger future. Right. So when I say like my passion and my why is I want to build stronger futures for people. Now that can be me taking a 7-year-old who doesn't have any confidence and building a stronger future for him by teaching him to kick somebody's ass. or it can be taking an entrepreneur who doesn't know the next step in his social media marketing plan and building a stronger future for that guy by helping him go through that process. Either way, I'm accomplishing the same goal. I'm just painting with different brushes.
So how long have you been in the digital marketing game where you're actually helping fellow entrepreneurs, build their brand, build their content and strategies? How long have you been doing
So I spent I spent way too long in the learning process and haven't spent spent way too much time just like learning. And then so the actual helping people process has been within the last year, that I've really been starting to get. But for the 3 years before that, it was just open the book, read the website, watch the YouTube videos, check out the blogs, like scroll through Instagram, scroll through Twitter, just learn the shit. And then like the first time that I sat down with somebody and started to help them, it was amazing to me how much I knew. Like I didn't realize how helpful I could be with all the shit. And like I was kicking myself going like, why have I not been helping people for longer? Because like I spent so much time just like taking in information and not nearly enough time actually giving back, which is what my whole fucking purpose is,
So now looking back on it and seeing where you are now and where you came, like is there like one biggest regret or one big thing you wish you could have told yourself 3 years ago?
I think it's sort of that cliche of like taking imperfect action rather than just like sitting back and waiting until that moment where you feel like you're ready. Because even in the moment where like I had kind of given some value in a way that somebody said like, hey, can we talk more about this? And I kind of did it offhand. Like even at that point, I realized like I still have so much more to learn, but I'm further along in this one thing than this guy is. So as soon as as soon as you feel like you have something to contribute, as soon as you feel like you have something to offer, if your purpose truly is making a difference and making people's lives better, and then start giving back as soon as you can, as soon as you have the ability. Because I'm sure you're the same way, man. Like you go back to stuff that like I wrote or that I like responded to in comments, like, if it pops up from shit that I said like 2 years ago, a year and a half ago, I'm like, that guy was a moron. Like
Yeah.
2 years ago about this shit, like I was an idiot, like looking back on what I said then, I'm like, that's just it's just wrong. The stuff that I said was not right. Like it was incorrect. But now like at least I can say like, well, I was trying, I was doing something, I was helping people, or at least my intentions were pure. And like, as long as there's that combination of like continuing to give back, but also continuing to improve, like where are you going to go wrong in that process?
Oh yeah, definitely. Like I try to drill that into people, every day, right? Because one published book, even though it's mediocre, is going to be better than 500 unpublished books sitting,
Yep.
On your computer that nobody's ever read. So like, and I kick myself all the time because like I was in the same boat. I'm like, it's gotta be perfect. It's gotta be perfect. And I feel like, a lot of entrepreneurs and just people in general, like when they come up with an idea, that's one of the biggest struggles they have is like, I can't release it to the world. It's not perfect. Like, what are people gonna think? If it's not perfect. And it wasn't until I started taking that imperfect action and just tweaking along.
Froze on me.
Back? Am I back yet? Tell me if I'm back.
You're back. I got you now.
Cool. So
it went like real like rabbit speed for a second, like and you were here again.
But just what I was saying is like you always want to take that imperfect action, whether you feel it's going to be perfect or not. Just a step, it's never going to be perfect. Like if you take a look back on my old Big Marv stuff, you can see like how nervous I am on camera and how I'm not really getting the message out, or like when I'm doing some of my early training videos, I'm kind of fumbling through it, or like I'll forget a step and have to go back and fix it,
I'll get into this one too, and I feel like this is like, I don't know, maybe I'm alone in this, but like I have these Instagram followers or people that like I'm friends with on Facebook, and like I hesitate because it's like, God, what is that dude that I went to high school with, or like that guy that I met in college, or that chick that I met at a bar somewhere, like that I'm friends with, or that follow me on Instagram, like what are they gonna think when I put stuff out that doesn't like align with who they thought I was, and like I don't talk to these people. These are people that are not part of my life,
right?
But then I go like, oh well, shit.
But for some reason you give a fuck.
But yeah, like,
Like,
but
yeah,
like I haven't talked to I literally have not talked to these people in years. And then, like I hesitate to put something out because it's like, oh God, like what are they gonna say? What are they gonna think?
I was definitely the same way, especially early on when I first started self-promoting myself, because like at the time, everybody on my friend list was like just random people I went to high school with, or
Friends, yeah.
friends, people that I met there. And I'm like, man, if I just start posting shit about my business, they're gonna be like, the fuck is Marv doing now? I've straight up lost friends because when I first got into digital marketing, my first path was affiliate marketing, right? So like I feel like a lot of people, they start there and they make money online. It's like affiliate offers, right? You don't have your own product or service, but you're like, I want to make money online and sell somebody else's shit.
Mm-hmm.
So when I started, like, I legit had people that were like calling me out, unfriending me because they were like, "Oh, Marv's selling another scam. He's selling another scam," and it was really just me trying to figure out an ML until I finally found ClickFunnels and like I grooved with that, and like, yeah, I make money affiliate offers with ClickFunnels, but like I'm not being driven behind. I'm gonna make $100 for every person I get signed up to ClickFunnels. I love ClickFunnels so much. I want to share people how awesome this platform is. So I make videos of it, and people love that. So they happen to sign up for the service through my link because of all the value that I'm providing them and introducing ClickFunnels to them. So
And it starts to attract the people who want to hear what you have to say. So
yeah,
there's like anytime you feel this fear, what your body before I did the karate school thing, I was in the fitness industry, and there's this thing where sort of what I know about physiology is whenever you're feeling fear, it's your body basically telling you, I think we might die if we do this. Like that's what fear is. That's like because your body, like you really only have two purposes, which is like survival and then making more of you, like survival and replication. That's all humans want to do, right?
yeah,
So this so anytime you feel fear, it's basically your body giving a physiological response of like, this is something I haven't experienced before and I might die if I do it. So your body's going to fight on that every single, like any way it can. It's going to give you all these signals of like, no, 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 don't do that. So by making the conscious decision to dive into that thing anyway, what you're doing is you're taking the parts of your body that are going to say like, we're going to die, we're going to die, we're going to die. Those mitochondria, which are like the parts of your cell that actually create the energy. And you're basically saying like, I want you to fucking die. Like you go die. The
yeah.
strongest parts of my body, like we're going to keep on going. Right. And that's why parts of like literally mitochondria and like parts of your body die when you do things like take cold showers. Like if you take a cold shower, your body's like freaking the fuck out and it goes like, what's going on, what's going on, what's going on? And parts of your body, the weakest parts, actually die. They wither away, but that leaves the stronger parts of your body which replicate and make more part. Like you're incrementally improving yourself by diving into those things over and over and over and over and over again that scare the shit out of you.
Which, by the way, I don't know who the fuck started that cold shower thing, but I will have to say, like, it's awesome. I by no means understand why it works, but all I know is after I work out in the morning, take a hot shower and then cool off for
Last
5 minutes with
second,
the fucking cold shower. It's like my muscles
you're a
feel
new man.
great. I have energy, and it's like the weirdest fucking. It's kind of like when you work out. Like I personally have battled being overweight forever. Like I'm down 90 pounds now because I've been working out and trying to get
Oh
on it.
yeah, get it.
But it's like right there at the beginning to start working out, I was just like, I couldn't find the motivation to do it because I was like, I'm just gonna hurt and I'm tired or whatever.
Yep.
Now every time I work out, I'm like, ooh, boost of energy. It's like I could just drink a shot.
It's your body telling you like, no, 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 because parts of us are going to get hurt. You're going to break down this muscle tissue. We're going to have to rebuild this shit. We're going to have to burn calories. You're going to die. You're going to die. You're going to die. And you're basically saying to your body, no, you're going to die. You bitches, you pieces of shit are going to die. I'm going to be okay. I'm getting
Yeah. I'm gonna make it through this. Fuck you.
right.
So tell us where we can find you online. Drop your YouTube channel or social
All
media.
right. So or just reach out. Email's great. kp@kyleporter.co. You can reach me email, web, Instagram. That's about it, man.
The Cal Porter, the guy that if you're lost with video content strategy for your social media brand, you're trying to build your brand online, and you're an entrepreneur, you like to kick back, have fun, and actually enjoy what the fuck you're doing, you got to reach out to my boy, Cal Porter, and he'll make some shit happen for you.
That's it. Top to bottom, figuring out your content strategy, what you say to bring people in, turn them into customers, get them to tell their friends about you, and have some fucking fun through the whole process.
You got any last words you want to say for the audience before we get out of here?
That's it, man. I got nothing for you. I love y'all.
Well, we love you too, and thank you guys so much for tuning in to Big Marv's Network. It's every Friday at 1 o'clock. This is Big Marv. One love, guys. Take it easy.